Will you and Andrew ever fight the Paul brothers?
So I was asked about this. I'm in good shape now. Could I fight again? Yes.
The Paul brothers versus the Tate brothers is officially on, and the internet is gearing up for a showdown that's way beyond anything Jake and Logan are used to.
Andrew, fighter, legitimate, badass mother, strong mentality. Sorry, Tristan Tate is the weak link. bro, come on. Tristan,
I say let's run
he got a bad shoulder. He's shaped like a gingerbread man.
Romania is a flight away. You doing it to
run
him?
it. The PFL will.
I don't want no beef, but that's delusion.
Honestly, they're probably already second-guessing this decision, because this time, they're not facing a retired athlete, a washed-up celeb, or some random basketball player trying to stay relevant.
An MMA fight between Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Tristan Tate, Andrew Tate.
Really, we're talking about Andrew here. Tristan's not really in this equation. That's like the light work. 10 mil for Andrew, 10 mil for Tristan, 10 mil for you, 10 mil for me.
But here's what they'll say.
I don't need this for the money. You're gonna have to slap $50 million for me even to get out of bed. But if you have money, then why is it about the money?
It shouldn't be about the money. It should be solely for entertainment and to figure out who's really about it. And we're telling you, we'll do it.
Nope. This time, it's the real deal. Andrew and Tristan Tate. These guys aren't in it for fame, clout, or whatever ego boost Jake and Logan usually count on to hype their fights.
Yeah, the Jake episode's coming soon. We still have plenty of meat in that podcast. We have a special message for Andrew Tate.
Jake Paul, I will fight you any day of the fucking week.
So why did the Paul brothers even agree to this? Simple. Fake it till you make it. They've built their brand around being untouchable, unstoppable, and always ready to throw down. Backing out now? That would scream "we're frauds" louder than any of their pre-fight trash talk ever could.
Logan Paul is a bitch, and I will say that here publicly. If anyone wants, I'll fight him for free. The guy's an idiot.
No money needed to fight Logan Paul.
Logan Paul doesn't believe in any of the things he said.
But here's the twist. While Logan charges in with all the emotional intelligence of a YouTube comment section, Jake's out here acting like he didn't even hear the bell. It's chaotic, it's messy, and it's exactly the kind of circus they've built their careers on. Only this time, it's their mess to clean up, and the whole world is watching as they scramble to spin it into something they can survive.
Him and my brother, maybe, and obviously KSI would die. But people like Jake Paul, I feel like they.
And let's be clear, Andrew Tate isn't just some guy with a fight record. He's a 4-time world kickboxing champion with a staggering 76 wins and only 9 losses. That's not just impressive, it's elite. While most fighters dream of brushing up against greatness once, Andrew lived in it. His victories weren't just tallies. They were brutal masterclasses in dominance, precision, and calculated aggression. Every punch, every kick was deliberate, like poetry written in pain. Now enter Tristan Tate. He might not chase the spotlight like his brother, but don't mistake that quiet confidence for a lack of fire. Tristan's calm exterior masks a fighter, with real skill, grit, and the kind of presence that doesn't need loud words to command respect.
Talking about his brother Jake, saying,
Yeah, Jake told me he was going to be the world champion, and I just had to cut in and say, Jake, you're never going to be that, you're never going to get there. I remember you being a very average kickboxer, telling me you were going to be the world champion. And what did I say? You are going to be the world champion. You are going to be the world champion. And did you become the world champion? Yes, I did. What kind of brothers?
He's the silent killer of the duo, the quiet observer who lets his actions do the talking. Tristan might have fewer fights under his belt, but each one has left a serious mark. He's like that sleeper agent in a spy movie. Calm, calculated, and then out of nowhere, bam, lights out. People don't talk about Tristan enough, and honestly, that might be his deadliest weapon. By the time you realize you've underestimated him, it's already too late. You're face down on the canvas wondering what just happened. And let's not kid ourselves, these guys aren't stepping into the ring for a quick cash grab. Andrew's net worth? Estimated at a jaw-dropping $700 million. Tristan's? Not far behind, clocking in close to $500 million low. So, no, this isn't about the money. They're not fighting for a paycheck, they're fighting to make a statement. To prove that they're built different.
I don't have anything to prove to people like Logan Paul. I am much older than Logan, of course, and my fight career was very, very good. I won something like 30-something of my 40-something fights. Had some very tough battles, Lots and lots of wins, European titles, some losses. You know, back in the day before Instagram existed, before everything was, before I was famous, before it gained me.
For the Tate brothers, it's about pride, legacy, and delivering a good old-fashioned "don't mess with us" kind of message. And that's exactly what makes them so dangerous. They don't need this fight. They want it. And there's a huge difference. That hunger, that fire to prove something when you already have everything, that's where true danger lies. So why do people fear the Tate brothers? It's not just the win-loss records, the championship belts, or the mind-blowing net worth. It's the full package. Their training is next-level brutal. These aren't guys who hit the gym a few times a week. The gym is their sanctuary. And sparring partners? Just more obstacles to dominate. But the real mind game? It's their psychological warfare. They don't just beat opponents physically, they get in their heads and rattle their confidence before the bell even rings. When you face the Tates, you're not just fighting muscle, you're going up against a storm of strategy, discipline, and relentless pressure.
Does his backflips and takes his steroids and, makes these big shows about fights. I've never said his name until now because he keeps saying my name. And the only reason I can think he's doing it is for viral hits or viral internet clips, but I have nothing to prove to him.
Andrew Tate, in particular, is a master of mental warfare. He doesn't just talk trash. He tears into your confidence, questions your purpose, and leaves you doubting everything before you've even laced up your gloves. That's the real Tate. Advantage. They don't just win the fight. They win the mind game, before the first punch is even thrown. But across the ring in this brewing storm are the Paul brothers. Jake Paul, the younger of the two, has surprisingly carved out a legit reputation in the boxing world. With a record of 7 wins and just 1 loss, he's proven he's more than just a YouTuber with a dream. Knockouts against Tyron Woodley and a victory over Anderson Silva weren't just flukes, they were turning points. Whether you love him or hate him, Jake's made believers out of doubters, and more than a few skeptics have started taking him seriously. Logan Paul, meanwhile, has taken a slightly different path. While Jake's been building his name in boxing, Logan's been jumping between WWE spectacles and flashy exhibition fights. He's leaned more into the entertainment side of things, staying in the spotlight without fully committing to the grind of the boxing world like his brother has.
He is a talking piece. He is the mouthpiece for the agenda. The people have come along, people who are trying to force a narrative, and they said, look, we need to have some degree of control over the exact demographic that Tate has control over. We're going to use Logan Paul and attempt to use him. And he sits there and just purports the bullshit points of view.
Sure, Logan managed to draw with KSI and even went the distance with Floyd Mayweather. But let's be real, his record isn't exactly screaming dominance. Still, Logan's charisma and showmanship keep him in the mix. The guy knows how to sell a fight, even if his fists don't always do the talking. And financially, the Paul brothers aren't exactly underdogs. With a combined net worth north of $100 million, they're living the high life. But here's the catch. Money can't buy grit. It can't buy that primal instinct to keep swinging when your body's screaming to quit. And that's the question. Looming over this matchup, do Jake and Logan Paul really have what it takes to stand toe-to-toe with fighters like the Tates, who are in this for pride, legacy, and the love of combat, not a payday? Then there's the attitude. The Paul brothers have made a brand out of being loud, cocky, and unapologetically brash. It's worked in the world of YouTube and even helped fuel their rise in boxing. But against the Tate brothers, that same bravado might fall flat. The Tates aren't chasing clout. They're not here for flashy ring walks or viral trash talk. They're here to throw down, plain and simple.
As for Logan, I've never said his name until now because he keeps saying my name.
Tristan Tate is the weak link. He's shaped like a gingerbread man.
He's had, 6 fights, lost them all. I'm known as a fighter in a way that he never will be.
Honestly, Tristan Tate versus Logan Paul is the kind of fight no one saw coming, yet it's quickly shaping up to be one of the most captivating matchups in recent memory. The drama kicked off when, in classic Paul brother fashion, Logan couldn't resist running his mouth during a podcast in 2022. Logan casually dismissed Tristan Tate as irrelevant, claiming he didn't even have the profile to deserve a fight. Now, if you know anything about the Tates, you know they don't take insults lightly. Tristan didn't just respond with words. He threw down the ultimate challenge, a fight to settle the score. And let's be clear, this isn't some staged WWE spectacle for him. Tristan's showing up with a purpose, to make a statement. And that statement is simple. Logan Paul doesn't belong in the ring with him.
Two brothers, one cage. Jake, Logan, you, Tristan. Who comes out alive?
You know what? I'm trying so hard to not start internet beefs.
You could say Jake and Logan, man. Don't worry about it.
No, I can't lie.
Logan Paul, for all his charisma and media savvy, has a pretty glaring issue: his fight record. Sure, he stepped into the ring with big names like KSI and Floyd Mayweather, but let's not sugarcoat the results. His match against KSI in 2019 ended in a loss, and while he did go the distance with Mayweather in their 2021 exhibition, it wasn't exactly a competitive bout. Logan's biggest strength is selling a fight, not necessarily winning one. That's where Tristan sees his opening. Tristan is methodical, precise, and above all, disciplined. He doesn't rely on flashy moves or hype. He's about breaking his opponents down, piece by piece. Logan's tendency to underperform in real fights might make him an easy target for Tristan's calculated attacks. What's throwing everyone off, though, is the personal nature of this feud. Fans expected the usual trash talk and media circus, but Tristan's focus has been laser sharp. He's not interested in trading verbal jabs or creating viral moments. This fight is about one thing: respect. Logan, with his larger-than-life personality, might not even realize how serious his opponent is. The audience, on the other hand, is left in shock as the intensity of the situation unfolds.
It's a lot of talking, and they're fantastic at it. It's why they have a following. They can be magnetic with words, and it draws a lot of people in.
Well, Andrew Tate is was a kickboxing world champion.
What was, Mike? He was.
Completely understood, but I'm just saying, I want to play an unbiased standpoint here. So before we call them simply talkers, there is some combat experience.
They've seen Logan bounce back from ridicule before, but Tristan isn't a YouTuber looking for a way out. He's a seasoned fighter with something to prove, and that's a dynamic Logan hasn't faced before. While Tristan and Logan's battle simmers, the real firestorm is brewing between Jake Paul and Andrew Tate. Jake, now firmly established in the world of celebrity boxing, has built his career on carefully orchestrated fights. His record stands at 7-1, with high-profile wins against former MMA champions Tyron Woodley and Anderson Silva. But Andrew Tate, never one to hold back, has accused Jake of staging these fights. Back in late 2022, Andrew publicly called out Jake, branding his matches as WWE-style stunts designed to boost his image. He didn't mince words, mocking Jake's victories as hollow and challenging him to prove himself in a real fight. And by a real fight, Andrew means one with no script, no predetermined outcome, and no room for excuses.
Like, I talk to him like a big brother talks to a little brother. But as for Logan saying my name, he's had, 6 fights, lost them all.
At first, Jake seemed hesitant to take the bait. Who could blame him? Andrew Tate isn't just another opponent. He's a 4-time kickboxing world champion with a reputation in combat sports that's as solid as steel. A fight with Andrew isn't just risky, it's potentially career-ending. But Andrew didn't back off. He turned up the pressure with every interview, every social media post, relentlessly poking holes in Jake's carefully constructed persona. The tension only escalated after November 15, 2024, when Jake Paul faced boxing legend Mike Tyson at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The bout, streamed live on Netflix, ended with Paul securing a unanimous decision victory. The judges scored the fight 80-72, 79-73, and 79-73 in Paul's favor. However, despite the official result, the fight quickly sparked controversy. Fans and critics alike accused the match of being fixed, citing the significant age difference. Tyson was 58, while Paul was 27, and the apparent lack of intensity throughout the bout. Some spectators noted that Tyson seemed to hold back, avoiding his signature power punches, which only fueled speculation about the fight's authenticity.
And become a super heavyweight because I'm genetically gifted, or he has to pass a drugs test. So if he wants to fight for real and he'll keep pissing in the cup and he'll stop really lay off the steroids, then we should all smash him.
Maybe I would take the opportunity to platform him just for one night. Just for one night.
That's why Andrew's approach to this fight has been nothing short of ruthless. He's made it clear: step into a real fight where there's no script, no predetermined outcome, and no room for excuses. For Andrew, this isn't about the theatrics or the drama. It's about proving who's truly the better fighter. For Jake, This fight isn't just another notch on his belt. It's a referendum on his entire boxing career. A loss here wouldn't simply be a setback. It would shatter everything he's worked to build, questioning the very legitimacy of his rise in the boxing world.
4 years ago. So it's not your option to like give me my fights.
I think I'm better than you. And I think Nate chose you for a reason. And I think everyone knows that.
What do you mean?
Even in
But what have you done to prove that you're better than me?
I don't know. Went toe-to-toe 8 rounds with the greatest boxer of all time. What do you think happens if you fight Floyd Mayweather?
I would knock him out. 100%.
Jake's image as a rising star in boxing, his credibility as a fighter, and even his lucrative sponsorships. All of it is on the line. And let's not forget the role the audience plays in this. Jake Paul has a dedicated fan base that thrives on his antics and social media presence, but Andrew Tate commands a different kind of following. Tate's supporters are fiercely loyal, seeing him as a symbol of raw, unfiltered masculinity. When these two step into the ring, it won't just be a clash of fighters, it'll be a clash of ideologies. Jake's flashy, media-savvy approach versus Andrew's no-nonsense, old-school ethos. The stakes couldn't be higher.